Hey there, it's Crystal O'Connor again. This is day 3 of my 12 Days to Christmas video series that I've put together. And what I've done is plucked 12 of my clients' most pressing problems. And I know that you probably have them too. Okay, so I give this information to you. It's of huge value, really it is, if you just use it. So today I want to talk about list building because list building is super important. You know, what I teach is marketing for the most part. You know, I've been in marketing for years, sales and marketing. For the most part, what I really like to teach is content marketing, and that's online marketing. So anything online, whether that be video, whether it be a newsletter, an e-zine, a blog post, a Facebook post, all of it is content marketing, and it's super powerful. It really is. So the objective, though, for all of it is to bring people to your site, and it would be completely worthless. I gotta be honest. All of it would be a waste of time and worthless if you did not build a list. So I want to talk about list building today, and the fact that if you're not capturing your traffic, your ideal clients' information, and your traffic that's coming to your site, and converting them into a potential client, then you're kind of wasting your time. And it is super valuable for so many reasons, because you're going to not only get their information and stay in touch with them and educate them about what you do. That's what content marketing is. It's education-based marketing. But you're also going to build a loyalty. You're going to teach them about what you do, and you're going to build loyalty. So to this day, it still surprises me how many people have not read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay, here's one of his books. This is the Succeed and Grow Rich Through Persuasion. But Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich, or was asked to write it by a guy named Andrew Carnegie. And he was one of this country's first billionaires. And one of the things that Andrew Carnegie asked Napoleon Hill to do was to interview hundreds of really uber successful businessmen and women. And then he wrote a book about basically came up with success principles. And the success principles were based on the interviews that he had with all of these successful business people. And one of the success principles, one of the most important things that he talks about, and Andrew Carnegie even mentions, is list building, and how important list building is. And without your list of contacts, how could you possibly grow in your business? So what I want to help you do is to really, by putting all this content out there and drawing them to your site, I want you to get incredible use out of that by collecting their information and following up with them and all the other good stuff. But list building is important, and I want you to create a landing page. So that's my first tip. I want you to create a landing page, and it's just simply a page that captures, we've all fell upon them online. It's just a page that captures their email. Okay? If you give valuable content in the form of a report or an ebook or a video series, whatever it is, people will give you their email to learn more. And that's when that know, like, and trust starts to build. So a really good landing page, if you have a WordPress site like I do, most of my sites are WordPress, you can just simply use a page within it. If you don't have a web designer to do that for you, then just use a plugin called Premise. So I use Premise. It's a WordPress plugin. This one is not free, but it's really cheap actually. And it will give your pages a little bit of a different look. Okay. So, create landing pages that captures their emails, their content, their information, contact information, so that you can keep in touch with them. Because honestly, especially in service-based businesses, you will not always get the business within the first touch or the first introduction. It is actually most likely going to happen after the 5th touch. So if you set up a system of email sequences of 7 to 10 emails, you're more likely going to grab their attention, educate them in a way like no other, and build that loyalty. And so you've got a customer for life. Okay. I want you to think about also sending out more promotional emails when you do build that list, when you do grab that information from them. And some of the promotional emails, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about all of the emails that you send out having a link in it, and that link sending them back to your website to read something else, to learn something else, to really, again, educate them. And a great way to do that and to organize that is to use a plugin, a WordPress plugin called the Editorial Calendar. So if you set all of that up in advance, it will be a lot less overwhelming. So yesterday, I talked a little bit about copywriting. I talked about this book, Words That Sell. I also gave you an ebook or a link to a free ebook. And I want you to use those headlines and plan out in a 30-day, 60-day in advance all of your blog post titles in that editorial calendar. You're going to feel much more productive. You're going to feel, first of all, you're going to be a lot more productive, and you're going to be much more consistent with your blog posts. So that's going to feed Google, and when Google sees that you're more consistent, it will feed more traffic to your site. Okay, so everything that I'm telling you is super, super valuable. Okay, so use Premise for landing pages. Premise is the name, Premise is the name of a plugin for landing pages to collect their emails. And then you're going to use WordPress editorial calendar. So just when you go into if you have a WordPress site, when you go to look up the plugin, literally it's called just editorial calendar. You should be able to find it, download it, it's free, and start using these really valuable, great books and resources that I'm giving you to write headlines of blog posts to pull people in and do it consistently. Okay. And Facebook ads are really powerful right now. So all of these headlines and blog post titles that you're putting together and you're formulating and being really strategic and compelling can be super powerful when you do a Facebook ad. Okay, so that's my tip. I hope you run with this information. I want you to have a really, really awesome season, holiday season. Merry Christmas to you, and I look forward to sharing more information tomorrow, day 4, which is day 4 of my 12 days of Christmas.